We're live. We're live. In case anyone's wondering, I'm Calvin Correli, founder and CEO of Simplero. I've got Ellen Watts with me here, and we're going to talk about Ellen Watts' business. But we'll just like hang around for a few minutes and wait for everybody to join us here live, and then we'll get into the meat of it. So, here we are. I'm on the tail end of a little bit of a cold that's been lasting for a while for me, like 3 weeks at least. And you seem to be at the beginning of of one.
Yeah. It's I was doing a whole week course last week, and it was brilliant. I managed to hold off right to the very end of it, and then just collapsed in a heap. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
It just got me at the end.
It's funny that, I just saw that we're supposed now to treat everybody as if everybody has a cold and just like everybody keep physical distance to everyone. That's the new norm. That's, so we're just on the like leading edge of the, of the new world here, you and I, with the actual cold. But my dad is always like, when he has a cold, he's like, oh, stay away. I'm like, dude, that's not how that works. We've got immune systems, like, right? We don't need to. If you got a well-functioning immune system, you don't need to be that scared of these things, honestly.
Yeah. And actually, when you get one, what you're getting is your immune system anyway. So that's getting rid of it quickly. That's good. That's a good sign. Yeah. All right. The good news is this: Rich had it first, so he had it, and then I got it, and then it doesn't matter. We can carry on kissing because he's had.
That's the important thing. All right, this is awesome. All right, so I've been really, really looking forward to this because like we tried this like what was that, a month and a half ago or something?
Yeah.
And then like we had some tech issues, and then we're not doing it, and then I haven't been at this. So fun, like a little backstory. I actually like got into doing coaching like over a decade ago, right? And that was how Simplero started. Was I was doing one-on-one work with people, and then I got away from that for a long time. And then recently, I started working on this idea. I just call it the worksheet, for lack of a better term, which is just like a process to help people clarify what their goals are and what their obstacles are, and to really succeed with it based on like everything I've learned in the 10 years since. And so it's a little bit of a thing for me that I want to get into and get going. I think it can be really helpful for you, for other people, for people using Simplero and stuff. And so this is kind of the trial run. You're the guinea pig here. Yeah. So we'll see. I'll stick loosely to the script I have like here in front of me. It's actually like a worksheet in Simplero that we want to like release to everybody at some point, for people to do self-coaching, or then you can like, work with me or someone around it, etc. But we're just going to like do it live here in person. We haven't really chatted. So we spoke before our last failed session. We had a short chat, and you mentioned that you had a book that you wanted to write, and that the British Library was hounding you to get it done because you'd applied for an ISBN number or something, and now they're like, well, where's the book? Is that right?
Yeah, that's exactly right. That was one of my own techniques to help me get it done on time, was that I actually published the ISBN and said, this is the day the book will be out.
Oh, got it. Yeah.
And then sailed straight past it.
Right. And what was it? I wrote down the title, Get It Sorted. Is that the...
I know.
Is that the title of the book?
Funniest. Yeah. It's called Get It Sorted for Once, for All, for Good, which is, if you can imagine, the library send me an email saying, where's our copies? And I have to ring them and explain that Get It Sorted isn't sorted.
Yes. All right. So is it still not sorted? No. All right. No. Let's see what we can do.
There's a beautiful folder.
All right.
And that's about it.
All right.
There's a lot of words in there. There's a lot of words.
Okay.
It's just not all in the right order.
All right. Well, you can try this trick, which is like send them the letters of the alphabet and be like, you put them together in whatever way you want. Yeah, exactly. You sort it out.
Oh, I like that.
Right. That's the trick. Here's the book. It's just the letters of the alphabet. You sort it.
so we're done. That's good.
Yeah, that was easy. That was super easy. That's very exciting. All right, so let's dive into it. Your internet now is freezing up on me a little bit. Wing, wing, wing. Can we get like a quick... Hey, by the way, while we're waiting for Ellen's internet to come back, everybody who's watching this, where are you from? Where are you based? And just say hi. And also let me know if it's just me that has Ellen's internet frozen up. Or picture frozen. Großes hi. Oh boy. This is not good. Why?
It is all solid this end.
Oh, shoot. I doubt that it's here because I am on a fixed line with a gigabit internet connection. So I'm pretty sure it's not here, but could be the internet's. Could be the internet's.
Okay, yeah. I've got full everything this end, and yeah, we're on a business BT.
All right, you're back now. Let's just go. And if it becomes a problem again, we'll just try to redial and see if we can't make that work. All right. Hi, everybody. So Denmark says Ellen is frozen too. Damon says also frozen, etc. All right, cool. Kaya. So fantastic. All right, so let's start here. Let's get into this. First question is, are you excited about the process of achieving your goals, or are you a bit apprehensive?
I'm really excited, actually. I'm a little bit apprehensive because I don't know where you're going to go with this. But I'm more excited because I trust you. And yeah.
All right.
Cool. All process is good process. Do you know when you did the thing about meeting Richard Branson? Mm-hmm. And you said how much before the process was actually valuable too? Mm-hmm. Same thing.
All right.
Same thing. Just even thinking about meeting you and doing this has got things going. So yeah,
that's exciting. All right, tell me a little bit more about the apprehensive.
Of the
apprehensive part.
That's just what if I don't know? What if I don't not know the answers, but what if? Yeah, I don't know.
So not just the conversation here, but like really about getting the book out. How do you feel about that? Assuming that's your goal.
Okay, I'm excited about getting the book out. Mm-hmm. I'm really excited about getting it done. Really excited about getting it done. I already know that I have some resistance about when it gets out because I've done one book out already. I had a lot of resistance to writing it, but not a lot of resistance to it going out. But I didn't know what to expect. And I was just going to get it out, doing it for my own thing. Didn't know what to, all after that gone. Now I sort of know so much more. I know what a business book should do and how it should all relate and how it should feed in. And there is so much more than the flipping book. And that bit is a little bit. All
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I hear you. All right. Cool. Yeah, it sounds like I heard a lot of shit there. All right. Moving on.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on. Tell me about yourself. Like, what are you really, really, really good at?
I'm really good at creating things, having the ideas, and I'm good at seeing patterns and putting things together. And I'm good at putting the idea or the concept for the book and putting it in parts. And I'm also good at enthusiasm. Leading, enthusiasm and leading people and inspiring and doing all of that. And I love speaking. I'm also good at putting people together and connecting them and seeing what they could do and what they can become and so on. So, anything around sort of vision and creativity and people, all good.
All right.
All good.
Great. So that's a lot. I hear creativity. I hear patterns. I hear putting things together, like concepts and things. Leading, speaking, connecting people. Vision, seeing the potential in people. So what about, like, expand a little bit about that as like a whole, if you can. Like, what about those things are you really, really good at?
What I love to do more than anything else is standing in front of a group. and I will write that training or do that program, and I'll come to that with that done. And I love creating that program, but I also love delivering that and then going with the flow and changing with the group, and who knows what's going to turn up. But it's about rolling with that, and I love all of that too. And I think I'm really, really good at that. I've been doing that for a long while.
Yeah, awesome, great. That's really exciting, and you get to roll with it here, but now I'm in charge. Whoa.
Exactly. Whoa.
Whoa, that's scary. Yeah. All right. So tell me about what you suck terribly at.
Doing my end of year accounts, VAT.
All right. All
yeah.
right.
Yeah, the routine stuff. Routine, back of office, too much in front of a computer starts to dull my edges. I like doing webinars and stuff like that with the teaching side, but even too much of that, too much of just this after a while, I need to get out. Yeah.
I hear you. Okay.
So as far as the book's concerned, creating the book, having the whole, in the shower, I've got the name, the title, the sections to it, a radio show, a television show, a whole program. Re-editing the chapters, not so much. Yeah.
What about like discipline? How do you connect with that word?
There are times when I can be really, really disciplined. There are times if I've got something short focused at a short period of time, like I did 30 YouTube videos in 24 hours one time to win a prize, and that was like, whoa, do it, go, get changed, put another outfit on, come back, so disciplined. But generally as a nature, no, not very. Yeah.
All right. So talk about those things, like the routine stuff and the being in front of the computer and the re-editing, especially like how, what about those things do you suck at? Like dive into that a little more.
I get very easily distracted doing something like editing. Yeah. Because what I'll do is, and actually I don't say I'm not good at, I'm okay at the editing. I quite like wordsmithing, but I'll go through and I'm supposed to be shortening it, and I'll go in and halfway through it sparks another idea and I end up adding another paragraph and now I've got twice as much. Yeah. So
I know exactly what you mean. Have you done wealth dynamics? Have you taken that test?
Yeah. I actually I've done it as talent dynamics rather than wealth dynamics, but it's the same type of model. One came from the other. I think wealth dynamics come first, and
I haven't heard of talent dynamics.
Okay, well, talent dynamics quite big in the UK. What I think what happened was wealth dynamics was done first, and an HR person saw that and went, "Wow, this will be great for building teams." So I'm creator at the top and supporter, which makes me a star. I don't know if it's the same words in wealth dynamics.
Yeah, no, those are exact wealth dynamics terms. Yeah. So a lot of this, I'm a creator. A lot of this sounds like the creator, but the creator and the star are friends. So. So that makes sense. Yeah. Because that is, I mean, that's exactly like, I'm the exact same way, right? Like I would go in and write and edit something, and instead I'm just like halfway through the sentence, I'm just like writing 3 new paragraphs instead of like actually editing the thing that's in front of me. Yeah. All right. So let's talk about the goal. So what is the goal that you'd like to create for yourself that you want to focus on here?
I'd like to get the book done, finished, out, launched, party, done. Yeah?
Yes. All right. Fantastic. Very cool. It's very measurable. Like, when do you want it done by?
I really, really would like it done before the end of the year.
All right. Cool. So let's talk about your why. Why is that important to you? Why is it important to you to get the done out by the end of the year?
Okay. Which is slightly different from the getting it done. So the original reason for getting it done, because I was doing it as a program. I wanted to get it out there as a book, reach more people, benefit the business, but also be able to reach more people who could just afford the book, and they could get the book and have everything in it they need to get things done. Why by the end of the year? Because I'm fed up now with having it not done. It is overdue in so many ways. I've got the program. I've tried sort of walking away and going, do you know what? Maybe I'm just chasing something now that was an old idea and it's gone, and I walk away from it a bit, and there may be some relief in that, but not long. And then I go, no. And it's now become a thing that I've said, I'll do it. I need to do it. So, right. And it shouldn't be that hard.
Yeah, I'm taking some notes here.
Just a book.
Yeah. All right, cool. So what I heard you say, like, let's just focus on why the book is important to you, and not so much the 2019. I think that's cool. So reach more people, benefit the business, like, you know, people who can't afford your services can afford the book, and it'll give them everything they need. And then, like I said, I get it done, and it shouldn't be that hard and all those things. So, but let's focus on like reaching more people, benefiting the business, right? Why does that matter to you?
Well, the benefiting the people bit that's just what I do. That's what I want to do. That's what I've always wanted to do. And I started off, the training company I've had is 23 years old, and that's me going into corporate space and doing that. And I want to do loads of books in there as well. I want to do all the training stuff that I've done, because I'm not going to be around or want to deliver that training out all over the country forever. So I want to decant that information and have it go out there, and then it's available for anyone forever.
So what I hear you say is that first it's what you do, and then like you want to be able to give people this without you having to be there all the time.
All the time.
Yeah.
All the time. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, this is how the whole book thing started 6 years ago or so, because I love doing the training. I travel all over, but I'm always swapping time for money. So the two elements to that were, you know, if something went wrong and I couldn't, that would be the end of my income. So there was a real royalty-based income thought starting to come in there. And everything was shifting to this whole online thing and this idea that you can, you know, decant everything and have it kept and have it go out and carry on. And I've got books on my bookshelf that I love where the authors have gone. Right, you know, completely.
Right, so,
you know.
So all right. So you're saying the reason why is like it's what you do, and you can reach people without having to be there, and that will give you some financial security as well. Right.
Yeah.
So all of that. Why do you want that? Why is that important to you?
The bottom line, it's just what makes me happy. It's just. The reward that you get from that, from somebody then saying that they read that and then they went on and did what they did. You know, that's
what does that make you feel? How does that make you feel?
That's joyful, isn't it? That's just joy and satisfaction. And it's not that you did it; they still did the work, but you had your part to play in that. And that ripple in a pond that might go on, and then they might go on and do something and help someone else. You know, it's your part to play, isn't it? That's how I feel. It's just my part to play.
Right. So what I'm hearing is like some significance, or like you matter.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. And why is that important to you?
Because I think that I know you come here, everyone. That's my belief, that everyone's sort of got a job to do. That's why on the talent dynamics we're all different, because we've all got different jobs to do. That's my lot. That's who I am. That's my job. So yeah, I want to. Kind of a bit of me is that if I'm going to do something, I want to do it the best I really can. So that's what's important to me.
Right.
And that's why I can't walk away from it. Yeah.
All right, that's great. So, just for like, It's fun in regular communications when someone asks why, it can very easily come off as like critical or like, why did you do that? Right? Like, why did you do like? But here, I'm really just like, I didn't get that from you, but like what I'm doing, I just like, keep digging for like why until we get to something like deep within, because like it's easy to just have all these surface whys and they're connected to a deeper why, but we're not aware of it. So it's just really helpful to know. And usually like, I forget where this came from originally, but I first heard it from Tony Robbins. He talks about the 6 basic needs, right? Certainty, variety, love and connection, growth, significance, and like whatever, something else I forget. But those 6 basic needs. And I hear significance in there. I also hear some certainty, like the financial part, and I also hear I believe I hear some love and connection, right? Connecting with people.
And growth too.
Growth too.
It's my own. Yeah, because it's my own. Right. This is important to me to get over whatever it is that's stopping me to do that. Apart from anything else, because that's what I teach. And if I can't do what I teach, then I might as well go home. So, yeah, I'm actually curious. There's a curiosity to this as well. And that's really one of the reasons I'm here, is because, Get It Sorted, there is a section, which I know which section of the book I'm in. I'm in Overwhelm. And I've done a lot of the techniques on myself, and they're still not pulled it off. So I'm missing something. So... yeah.
All right, cool. I'm very excited to see if we can. Now you've double dared me here.
Yes,
all right. So, given what we just talked about with your why you're doing this, is there anything about the goal that you want to adjust, or is it still the book? 2019.
No, still the book. Still the book. Let's focus. Yeah. I think everything else will sort of fall happily after that, so that's fine.
All right, cool. Great. All right, so if you had this book out, what possibilities would open up for you?
More speaking engagements. More understanding of the book industry, because I'm publishing this one myself compared to the last one had a publisher. Which I hope then would lead me to being happier and sort of sticking the block so I could get more books out. I'd like to do this much quicker. I've got many more book ideas.
I didn't understand what the blog. What did you say?
So this book, I feel, is holding up all the other books.
Oh, it's a block. Yeah.
So I'm hoping.
So uncork your publishing career.
Uncork, definitely. Yeah.
All right. All right, cool.
That's So that's
Anything
for sure. And just make the whole my own my training company. I'm looking maybe that will start to come down, and that my Simplero world will take over, and this will be the where I pay the attention to. It's just kind of sneaked up to about half and half maybe now, but I'd really like this to be the way that I go now.
Got it. All right, fantastic. And why now? What made this be so important to you now and not like 2 years ago or 2 years from now?
Yeah, it was important 2 years ago, Calvin. Thanks for that.
Oops.
So actually it was 2017, I think, was the first time that I said, hey guys, shall I write this book? Right. In 2018, in January, I signed up for a publishing course. I think actually in 2017, I actually had a mentor for a while, a book mentor, did a VIP day with them, mapped it all out. So there have been various times where I've sort of gone, whoa, let's do it, and got so close. And then something else has taken off.
Do you know your human design by any chance? Are you familiar with human design?
No.
All right. Do you know your birth time? I'm just.
I do. 6 o'clock in the morning.
All right. Do you know Can we do this? So I'm just gonna look it up really quickly. Do you mind sharing your birth date?
16th of October.
16 October. Yeah, year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
1964.
All right. And what time?
It's 6:10 in the morning.
6:10 where?
In Romford in Essex, UK.
How do you spell Romford?
Romford, ROMFORD.
All right. In, what do you say?
Essex.
That's would be UK.
In UK.
Yeah.
Just outside of London.
All right, cool. See if that works. Have you heard of human design at all?
No, not at all.
All right. Interesting. I don't know too much about it, but it's a so you're, according to this, you look it up. I can send it to you afterwards. I can also, I think I can share. I don't think you can see it if I share on the screen here, so that I'm not going to do that. But there's some base types here. You're, according to this, you're a projector. It's the same that my wife is. I don't know too much about the system. You're also a 3 profile, which happens to be the same that I am, which is all about like, the spotlight as you're doing. And also like people projecting all kinds of things onto you that aren't necessarily like true, but that's how it works being in the spotlight. But yeah, the projector is, Obama was also a projector, I believe. So it's a little bit about like, there's actually not like your agenda is actually not so much what's there. You're more like that person in the room that kind of focuses everybody around you, and they get to project stuff onto you. And then there's like magic clarity around you. Like when you're around, kind of like people feel more clarity. Anyway, I was just curious. So because I know for me, I'm a generator, and the trick to generators is, according to the system again, is don't go chasing opportunities. Don't go chasing, opportunities maybe, but don't go try to make stuff happen. That ain't going to work. Instead, you need to wait for something to come to you and then respond. And then like you can visualize what you want and you can intend it, but then you sit and wait and you get really frustrated waiting. And then the opportunity comes and then it presents itself someone like, and then you go like, yes. And if it feels really good and feels right, then you go chase it, right? Then you go do it and you can get really far. But if you try to go out and make things happen, nothing, it ain't going to work. For you as a projector, again, I don't know too much about it. I think you should look into it because I think there's a lot here. It's kind of impenetrable. It's kind of hard to figure out. It took me a while, and like some people explaining to me. You can also get like a personal reading, which is really helpful. But it says here your strategy is wait for the invitation. So that might indicate that like that whole like, all right, now let me go make this happen, just ain't the right strategy for you. Honestly, I think that's worth exploring. And then like that would indicate that what you want to do is go more internally. Again, like don't take my word because I don't know this well enough, but it might mean that you similarly would want to go more internally, but get really clear and really see and feel the outcome and the result and the future in front of you, and then just wait. Just be like, I know this book will happen at the exact right time, and I don't even need to worry about it. Just like know your intended outcome, and then you'll know when it's time. And it might be now. It might be this call right here that is the spark, whatever. But you don't go like, and I'm gonna make this happen right now, because the only there's 2 other types in the system. There's a manifester, and the manifestors can go out and just make shit happen, but they run out of energy very quickly, and so they need generators to pick up and actually do it for them. And then there's another type, which is the manifesting generator. So they can kind of do both. They can start something, and then they also have the energy to keep going with it. So good to know this kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's good. I will look that up.
If it's true, I find all these things, like if it resonates with you and it seems helpful, then like go with it. Right?
Good enough.
I don't. Yeah. All right. So, but just on the why this now, just to get back on that question, you're talking to me now about this. Like, why is this particularly important for you right now?
It really is, because I mean, and you saying about you being the spark in that again, it literally was when the email came through. I'd just been looking at it and thinking about it and going, okay, I really need to get this done and I need help. And then the email came in, which is why I was so quick to put my hand up and go, haha, and there's my answer. Yes, please, thank you very much. So yeah, that really, rather than the other way around, came from me looking at it and going, do you know what, it's draining my energy having it knocking around now, and it's good stuff. I look at some of it and go, blimey, did I write that? That's actually really good. I need to get it out there. It's not helping anyone just sat there.
I know. Yeah. That's great. Well, and so there was an invitation and you responded to it, which is exactly what that said. Wait. It was a wait for the invitation. All right. How would you feel? How would you feel inside if you'd achieve your goal, if you'd gotten the book out?
I'd be ecstatic. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It would be
Tell
amazing.
me a little bit more.
I could see the launch, see it going off, and I'm not even that worried. It's not like being Amazon bestseller or anything like that. I'm not that worried about how fabulous quickly it takes off. It's just out there, and it will find the right people and do the right things. It's out my hands then. So that's all good.
It's ecstatic. Yeah. What else? What are you feeling in your body?
Oh, much freer, and ready to focus on the next things, which is actually good, important driver for me, because there are new things that I want to be doing too. I want to do a book around being called Willing to be Wealthy, which is I can't do that one until I've cracked the wealth formulas and things. But there's just so many people that I'm working with that have got screwed up thoughts over money, and I really want to work on that as well. So I don't feel like I want to start that one until this one's out of the way. So.
All right. That's interesting. So all right. So here's the kind of if this is a movie, right? In a movie, there's that midway point where the hero's has to make that big choice. Are you in or are you out? Are you going to rise to this challenge, right? So here's that moment. And we're actually right at the half-hour mark. So that's really cool. So the question is this. Here's a question for you. Are you willing to do whatever it takes on the inside, that is mindset, unconscious commitments, integrity issues, energy leaks, whatever it is, in order to achieve this goal in the outside world?
Yes, Calvin.
Yes. All right.
Yes. There is no point not doing it.
All right.
There's no point. There's nothing that can't be done inside.
All right.
And it has to be inside, because the mechanics are not difficult.
All right. All right. So let's just take a deep breath and celebrate that. All right. Yes.
Oh, sweaty palms now.
Yeah, right. But this is really all there is to it, right? To anything.
I know.
Are you willing to do whatever it takes on the inside to get where you want to go on the outside? If you're not, let's just toss it out. Let's just not even think about it for another second, right?
Yeah.
If you are, all right, game on.
Okay.
Game on.
Game on.
All right, let's do this. All right, so here's the question, right? How will you have to develop as a person in order to get there?
The first thing that pops to mind is the question that you had earlier on about discipline. I will have to be more disciplined. I will have to show up more to actually doing it.
Yeah, is that scary? Yeah.
Because that's not my favorite thing.
No. Let's talk about that for a second. What is it with you and discipline?
The discipline?
Yeah.
There's a little thing that says, nobody tells me what to do, not even myself. And I will set up plans, discipline plans, and then completely ignore them.
Yeah. Where did you learn that?
Well, the saying or the fact that I ignore them.
Where did you learn to do that?
When did I learn to do that? Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I'm going back now. I mean, even at school, I was certainly in senior school. I really hated the whole idea of coursework. You know, like they changed the exams and said, you know, rather than sort of go in and do the exam. And I got it because a lot of people weren't good at exams, so they made you do coursework all through the year. And except I didn't. So I would do like a week maybe of sitting up all night beforehand with different colour pens, trying to make it look different colour handwriting.
I love that.
Sorry.
Oh my God, you're so sneaky. You're so sneaky. Yeah. That's amazing. So, so let me ask you this. So was there a parent that you rebelled against, that you were like, that you felt was bossing you around or telling you what to do, and you were like wanted to rebel against?
Yeah, my dad. My dad was. I mean, I lost him when I was 10. But memories beforehand, yeah, he was quite. I got sent to bed one time because he killed ants at the bottom of the garden with the ant powder, and I didn't want them killed, even though they were ants. And so I really told him off, and I got sent to bed for quite some time over that. Yeah. And my mum was
like. You're like a little girl now, right?
I know. Well, what I'm remembering in that moment when I went like that, I'm remembering my mum sneaking in with bourbon biscuits and coffee, I don't know, whatever I had then, but, you know, that I shouldn't be having. So she was scared too, you know. And she's trying to get me to apologize. And, you know, no, I wouldn't. I had too much of my dad in me. So, I mean, I was probably about 6 here. I mean, this is little. Right. Yeah, and already I'm going like, no. No. I think I'd watched, oh my God, this is funny. I'd watched a John Wayne movie. And there was some bit in there that said, take your punishment like a man. So I'm sitting in bed going, no, I'm taking my punishment. You know, I'm going to stay put. So, yeah, that's the sort of thing. So, yeah, there could be something from that. Are
you still pissed at your dad that he went and died on you?
What's that?
Are you still pissed at your dad for going and dying on you?
No. It was very sudden. He was gardening at the weekend, went to bed, woke up. My mum woke me up in the morning and said, get yourself ready for school. Dad's in pain. We're got to go to the hospital. He'd woke up with a really bad chest and back pain. Get yourself ready for dress. I'll be back, and then we'll take you to school. And she never came back. So I'm sat at home, and then my godmother came round for me, and she said, you're not going to school, you're coming to mine. And then we were all round. This is pre-mobiles or anything. And so we're in Mrs. C's house, my godmother, and Mum's called into the parlour, as it was then, which was the only one that had a phone. And Dad what he'd had was a ruptured aorta. And they took him down, and this is actually a really, it is a poignant moment. I don't know if it's relevant to this or not, but it was a poignant moment. They'd repaired it all, and they were ringing her to tell her that he was back on the way to the ward, and it was comfortable. And she came back in and announced that to the family. And I sat there, I was 10. And in my head, I thought, no, that's not right. That's not right. And just as I thought that, the phone rang again, and she went back. And he had really bad bronchitis because he smoked 60 a day, really wasn't in great shape, war veteran and so on. And he had coughed on the way down back to the ward under anaesthetic still, and had just burst the lot, and they couldn't save him. And she came back and they told her that, and she came back and told us. And I remember sitting there just going, yeah, that's right. I already knew it. So, no, I wasn't mad at him. Yeah. No, I was really, really, really okay with it. And I believe I was, and I still am.
Right. I believe you.
What was challenging was then my mum, who couldn't. Okay, so here's where, I don't know, something might come from. So then she's on her own, and she's a worrier. She's always been under that type of authority, with a 10-year-old daughter, just me and her. My older brother's already left and married. So I did sort of move into that male role in the house, if you like, trying to be the strong one and get everything done and stuff. So I don't know. That's that story anyway. I don't know if any of that is relevant to me not liking discipline. Yeah,
I don't know either. Yeah, we're just exploring, but yeah, it's very common that this pattern of like we reject as children people trying to dictate us, control us, tell us what to do. And then that becomes a habit that we carry with us for the rest of our lives, right? And then we won't even do what we tell ourselves to do because we're still rebelling about this parent, like against this parent from when we were kids. And,
I can tell you something that I have not thought about for goodness knows how long. I actually ran away from home at about 5 or 6 because I hadn't got time for all this routine lark. Every time we get up in the morning and we do the same stuff, and I actually ran. I only got to the end of the street, mind you, before I was brought back. But I do remember that running away already. So already at that young age, I was going, I haven't got time for all this routine.
Great.
Yeah.
So are you ready to fully embrace and love discipline now?
Yes, I would. I would really love to be, because that's what gets stuff done. It's all very well having all these ideas, but if I can't bring the discipline to it,
right.
Yeah.
So are you willing to be open to the possibility? That's all I need right now of just loving discipline, loving it. Yeah, look at you, right?
Nails down a chalkboard. Yes. Do you know, Calvin, I'll go as far as I would love to love it.
Yeah. That's all we need.
I would love to love it. Yeah.
That's all we need. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like the thing is, I mean, it's taken me a while to get this as well, right? The thing is, discipline is amazing. Discipline is freedom. And it's actually like, it's the natural state. Just because it's just reality is that discipline gives you freedom, because it gives you the solid foundation to operate on, right? And you've got the structure, and now you're free to move. Like if your body's all like, if there's no spine, then it's just like that you can't move, right? When you've got a straight spine and you got a strong body, now you can move, right? So it's the same. And so that's the natural state. And it's the only reason that we reject that is that we're actively resisting it unconsciously. Okay. But we're actively doing it. And so all that's really needed is the willingness to let go of that grip a little bit. And then just let, nature kind of do its thing. And then like, you're going to learn to really love it.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I see a little
I really want to. I think you're absolutely right in the sense that I've got a whole story around discipline to the point that I'm throwing the baby out with the bathwater. Yeah. And I know what you're saying is true about that. The more you can be disciplined on something, the more freedom you're going to have. Because then it's people that have discipline that have great bodies. People that have discipline have, get their sales stuff done, and then they're not worried about it, because people that are not disciplined spend all the time worrying about doing that they should have done it and didn't do it. Yeah. Yeah.
You have great relationships, great health. Yeah. Great.
Everything.
Yeah. Everything. Exactly.
Okay. Disciplined, my new favorite word.
I have, in fact, here behind me, my wife gave me this as a birthday present. I'm not really loving this book, but it literally says Discipline Equals Freedom, Field Manual by Jocko Willink. It's definitely a kick in the pants, for sure.
Okay.
Fun stuff. I think it's written more. I think it's written more for guys and like training and like all that stuff. But I think you'll get something from it. Like you want to be careful not to go into male mode on this, right? But you still want to be disciplined. And when you do this, for me, it took me a long time to get like with something like training. Then I'd be training, but it'd still be little 6-year-old Calvin rebelling against his dad and being like telling him he had to train, right? It wasn't really coming from the inside. So you want to be be aware of.
How did you change that?
I changed it by not having for a while I tried like various personal trainers, but that just jumped in, like that just, exacerbated that pattern, because now there's another person telling me what to do. So what changed it was, I was talking to my main like mentor, and he said, well, and he's like got an incredible body, and he was like, if you want a strong body, if you want to be like, and I had said that I wanted to, muscles and be strong. He was like, if you want that, you got to work out 8 hours a week. And then that was it. Within those 8 hours, I could do whatever. I could swim or run or lift weights or anything. So there was freedom, and there was room for me to play and find. You got to bring the kid with you. The boy needs to enjoy it and have fun, and the boy has to learn discipline and grow up and learn that, it's nice. It's not someone yelling at you, telling you what you need to do, but it's actually me choosing it, and I'm enjoying this. There's a framework, there's a structure. This is like, in this case, like 8 hours a week, right? But I get to follow what's fun. And then like over a year, it started to really come from the inside. And so it was me in charge. Yeah, that was what I did with that specifically. And that then, like, doing that with my health, with, exercise led to all kinds of other things. Like then it becomes a pattern you can use in other areas. So
cool.
Yeah.
I like the idea there of having the time block, but not holding yourself to exactly what you're going to do in that time block. And also adding the fun bit to it as well, because as you said, my very first loads of sentences with so many shoulds in there that the whole thing has become a chore. Exactly. So, yeah. Okay. So generally,
writers, from all I know, it's a topic that I've been interested in for a long time, and I want to write a book too. And I've been trying this. Like I feel like the story about Gandhi and like the boy who came, like the mom who took her boy to see Gandhi, like rode for several days on the train because he wanted, like the boy was dying because he was eating sugar and stuff, and so the mom was like, Gandhi, can you help me with this boy? Like he keeps eating sugar and it's killing him. And Gandhi was like, I'm sorry, I can't help you. Send him back. And he says, like, come back in like a month. And then she comes back a month later, and he's like, sorry, can't help you. Come back in a month. And then she comes back, and every time she has to like travel on the train for 3 days with this boy, and she's poor and everything. And then finally he looks at the boy and he says, stop eating sugar. And mom's like, why couldn't you do that like last time or the time before? And she's like, I was still eating sugar myself. I had to eat sugar, and then I could tell you. Right, so I kind of feel that way a little bit, because like I'll be like, come back in a month, because like I want to write a book and I'm not there. But so here's my thing. What was I gonna say? Yeah, all successful writers that I'm aware of, they have a routine, and it's usually get up in the morning, like 4 a.m., 5 a.m., and just go to the computer. Like I know Gay Hendricks, he gets up, he's written, 25 books. He gets up at no later than 5. I think he meditates for like a half hour, and then he sits at the computer, he writes for a couple hours, and then he gets ready for his day, right? No food, just, meditation and water, and then into the writing. Some writers write late at night, like into midnight to 2 a.m. kind of thing. It's usually one or the other, and it's every single day. You just get up, sit in front of the keyboard, and you start writing, and you just write. And it doesn't matter if it's good or bad. You just write. I would imagine with your profile, that the writing is not the hardest part. It's like there's the discipline, and then it's the editing that kills you. I'm imagining. I don't know if that's true.
Yeah. It's the editing and going back and rewriting and
right. So where are you at with the manuscript? Where are you at with the manuscript?
Do you know what? Because I haven't touched it really now for about 3 months. There is plenty of material, but I feel probably I'll read it through, and then I'll just start again and do it all in one go. As in.
So would you say that are you halfway done? Are you like throw out everything and start over? Are you pretty much done? You just need to edit it?
Yeah, it's not throw out and start over. There's probably about 40,000 words written.
All right. How many do you need?
About 26 to 30. So it's too much.
Right.
Too much. So I need to go through and streamline.
So then do you have like, would you say like, so of those 40,000 words in terms of the final 20, 30 that you need, do you have everything? You just need to prune it? Or is there like the 40,000 actually covers like 60% of what you need to say in the book?
No, I'm probably the majority done, probably say 90% done, but there'll be new stuff that's happened since, more insights, always more insights, but there has to be a bit where I draw the line and go, okay, that's enough. Anything new now is a new book. Because that's what happens as well, because you're learning as you're doing it. And I think that's actually what's half of the trouble, is because I'm writing about, and the process of writing it is actually part of what I'm doing. I'm having insights of what I'm doing even as I'm doing it, and that you keep wanting to add in, but you can't keep on putting it in. There has to be stuff that comes after. So, yeah.
So really, it sounds like really the next thing that needs to happen is that you need to edit. It's not a writing thing. It's an editing thing.
Yeah, it's an editing and a maneuvering around and polishing up and then reading it over and over again so that it reads smoothly and somebody can just sit on their bed and just read it as if I'm sitting there talking to them. That's what I like. Yeah,
and it's like pulling teeth. Is what I get.
No, it isn't. No, it isn't, Calvin.
All right.
Because I love discipline.
Yeah, right. Got it. Got you. I got you. All right. So where we're at was like, how will you have to develop as a person in order to get this book out? And the first thing that came up was discipline and showing up every day. We talked about that. How else will you have to develop as a person?
I will have to learn the whole publishing process bit. I'm sure there are bits of me that resist because it's that I don't know what, there's something missing. I don't quite know what to do.
So how will you have to change as a person for that? Because learning stuff is something you've always done. That's not new.
Yeah, no, but some things, I suppose it's back to the discipline again, because some things are interesting to learn. And you want to learn just because you're purely curious, and other things like IT systems and Amazon algorithms are not interesting to learn. They're a means to an end, but they need learning.
Got it.
So,
all right, cool. Great. So what will you have to give up? Like habits, behaviors, friend stuff, personality traits, time sinks, energy drains, whatever. Well, you have to give up in order to get the book
it's going to be a bunch of time, that's for sure. So, but I like in the idea of getting up early in the morning. I mean, I do quite a good routine at the moment in the morning, but it's all sort of dogs and horses and, out and abouts before I start. But, that can be maneuvered around. So, but it will take a whole bunch of time, and it will take a bunch of focus, and it will take my not going onto emails and answering people, which does sort of go against my personality a little bit, because I'm always wanting to answer people quickly and get their and the good customer service, and so be responding there. I'm going to have to push back. Yeah.
You'll have to give up pleasing people.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I am. For a while. Otherwise, it's not going to get done.
Are you a people pleaser?
Yeah.
You say that like almost with like pride. A little a little pride, right?
Yeah. That's how I got into customer service, and that's how I trained customer service. That's.
So I just want you to I just want to pause there for a moment, right? Because I just want you to realize what you're doing when you're doing that, when you're answering people's emails and you're doing that, you're modeling for them how not to live your purpose.
Ooh. Okay.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a tough one, isn't it?
Right.
Yeah. Which is not a good example. No. Oh, but what do you do instead, Calvin? What if you don't answer them? I mean, this is one of the reasons for writing the book, is so that I can at least say, go look at the book, rather than writing all the answers. But what do you do if you don't answer them? Then you're like,
right.
This is my resistance to automating. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now I know automating, like discipline.
No, I know. I understand. So, but hold on here. Like, we want to serve people.
Yes.
Not please them.
Yes.
There's a difference.
Okay.
Giving people what they want or what they're asking for might not actually serve them long term. It might also be, helping one. You know how we can enable people by helping them, right? Like, that means they're not figuring this out for themselves. Because now we're telling it. Like, haven't you had the experience, like, you tell people the same things over and over again and they just never get it? Like, they never learn it. And, like, they're just like, okay, like, right. So helping people, answering people makes us feel good. Oh, I'm a good person. I help you. I'm the hero. Yay, I get to help you. Poor little soul. I can help you, right? But it might not actually be serving them. It's actually just like stroking our own ego. It's like masturbating, right? We use them to masturbate. I'm just saying it like it is, right? Okay. So, and the way that you said, like, with that, like, little, like, girlish pride thing tells me there's, there's something there. Like, it's like the body never lies about these things, right? You can see, like, all of a sudden this, like, young girl comes with, none of this obviously is criticism. You know that. We all do this. But yeah, so that's part of your new discipline, is you need to feed yourself, to fill yourself up first, to live your purpose.
Okay.
Because your real service to these people is not in the answers and the words and all that stuff. Your real service to people is in being who you are.
Okay.
In you being filled up with your own bliss and just your radiant being. That's your true service. And so you need to put yourself first. Okay.
I got a butt hanging it.
Yeah. Give it to me.
So, and I absolutely get that. And I know that to a fault, I will answer an individual when I should be doing something that could do for many, which is the whole point of wanting to do the books and the programs, so that people can have access. But how do you deal with, people that have questions? I feel so rude not to at least acknowledge them.
So you're not answering them for them, you're answering them so that you don't have to feel rude, is what you're telling me.
Yeah, if you like. I'm answering it for them, because I don't want them to, but it is, I don't want them to feel ignored.
Because then you would feel something.
It's always going to be, I'm the only one that can feel anything, so it's always going to be, I can't. Yeah. No. I mean, I've learned a lot to keep it a lot shorter, but.
Right. So what you need to separate, that part of you that is attached to, like, whatever this, like, answering people's emails does for you. There's like, your ego is using it for gratification and is using it to hold yourself back from living your purpose. Right? There's a part of this where you're truly coming from, like, I want to be of service to people. And then there's a part of you that hijacks that and rides it. Okay. Like, and I know you get that intellectually.
I do.
But like, yeah, can you feel in your body as you're answering these emails? Can you feel, like, tune into me for a second. Like, what is the feeling in your body?
My first often is resistance because I haven't always got time to be answering individually, and sometimes I'll put them into a later folder so that I don't answer them immediately, so they don't feel I'm just sitting here answering emails all day long. Mm-hmm. But I can't quite delete them. I can't ignore some people that are silly, that's different. But when someone does a genuine question, mm-hmm. plus the fact it could lead somewhere, this could be you don't know what's happening in their life, and you think, well, if you don't answer it, and it's just somebody else that ignores them. So eventually I'll get it out and I'll send them something. And I only intend sometimes to send a quick line, but I'll end up putting links in there and goodness knows what. And then I know that is a complete and utter
how do you feel inside when this happens?
I am aware enough to be cross with myself for doing it.
That's not helpful. That's not helpful. I just want to point that out. It's not helpful.
But yeah, I know. I'm just saying this happens to have been
but
one
what does
today,
it feel
so it's
like?
Right fresh in my mind.
Not after, not when you're cross, but like while you're doing it.
While I'm doing it, I'm enjoying the helping.
Mm-hmm. And how does that feel like? What is that like? Tell me, in your body, where do you feel it in your body?
About here.
Belly?
Sort of low,
or like solar
belly.
Plexus?
Belly
Lower.
just above the belly button. Yeah.
Right.
So there. Yeah. You can't see that there?
No. It's all good. And what is it, like a warm, fuzzy? What is it like down there?
Yeah, it's warm, fuzzy. It's nice glow. You know what? I do enjoy helping people. I do enjoy answering questions. I like the challenge of answering questions.
Mm-hmm. So the reason I'm digging into, I can give you some techniques. I'll happily give you some techniques here. I just want to go because it sounds to me like basically like if you have a sugar addiction and you're like eating this cake and it feels really good and you're like, yeah, and I deserve it because I went on this long walk, and like you tell yourself all these stories and then afterwards like, oh, I kind of feel like crap now. Like you have an addiction here. There's an addiction going on, right?
Excellent.
And so that's what we want to break. And if we don't break the addiction, then I can give you all the techniques in the world, right? And it's not going to make any difference.
All right.
So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, this is good news.
Yeah.
Weirdly, because if I've got something that could be fixed, it'll be different, but it's fixed, so that's good.
Well, there's one master technique for breaking all addiction. It's very, very simple. It has 2 steps.
Okay.
Step 1, stop doing the thing.
Okay.
Right? Doesn't matter if it's smoking or drinking or like, doesn't matter what it would be, nail biting, whatever. Step 1, stop doing the thing.
Okay.
Step 2, feel all your feelings.
Okay.
Feel. So the thing, most people have no idea how feelings work. Right? Feelings are amazing. They're what makes us human. Like they're like the biggest gift that we've ever gotten. But most people are really confused about them. They do one of 2 things. They suppress them and they try to not feel them and they stuff them and then they eat, junk food or drink or whatever, or like to not feel it. Or even have fits of rage, right? To cover up that they're really scared, right? For example, whatever it is. Or they attach to them so tightly that they think like, I am sad. Like we really say that, right? I am sad. I am angry. I am scared. The truth is there is anger. There's an emotion of sadness. There's sadness within me. I feel sadness. I feel fear. It's not who I am.
Yeah.
Who I am is this space within which the feelings arise. And when we can just be with our feelings in that way, they can just arise and we look at them, no judgment, sadness, fear, whatever. And they just like, if you watch a baby, they have they laugh and then they cry. And then it literally lasts like at most a minute. When it just gets to be expressed. But when it's like feelings just want to be felt. But when we don't feel them is when they linger and last and last and last and last, right? So the job is to and this is a process that's going to take time. Again, it's going to take, wait for it. I want to hear you say it.
Discipline?
It's going to take discipline, right? To learn to feel your feelings in that way. Like as a kid, we're almost universally taught, don't do that. Don't be angry. Don't be sad. Don't feel that. Don't feel that, right? And so we learn, shouldn't feel that. That's wrong. It's flat out wrong, like crazy wrong. We need to feel all these feelings, but we need to not believe in them. Like we need not to identify in them. Like you believe in, like they're real. They are what they are, but they're not who you are. One framework that I love is actually Gay Hendricks again. He's written a book called The 10-Second Miracle. Check that out. It's really, really helpful. So what he does there is he's like any important statement about how you are being can be said in one 10-second sentence, and you can say it in one breath. Like, I feel scared and angry, right? Like, just like, and anger tends to be like in the shoulder region and indicates that there is a trespass. Someone crossed your boundaries in some way.
Right.
Sadness is in the heart region, and sadness, sorrow, and signifies loss. Some feeling of loss of something. And then fear is in the belly area and tends to be, like survival is threatened. And sometimes you'll have combinations. So like anger and sadness is what we call hurt. Hurt is just like that we feel angry and sad at the same time. And then you can like even lower down, you have sexual feelings, which is also feeling. And so that framework can be helpful to just train yourself in like, what am I feeling? And for me, I did that like for a long time. I'd like just like several times during the day, I just like, I tune in. I'm like, all right, I'm feeling scared, sad, and angry. I'm feeling scared, like a lot of times it was like, sad and scared. And sometimes also angry. It was like, I was like, oh my God, I'm feeling this all the time. I had no idea. Right.
Yeah.
And so that's what you want to do. You want to start, when you get into this email answering thing, like I will challenge you to go a week. No one's going to die if you don't answer any of them. Don't even tell them what you're doing. Don't answer them for a week. Right. So you could be in the hospital and like out for a week and like just not able to, right? That could happen. I'm not saying it will happen, but that could happen. They would be fine. Right. Like God didn't go on vacation and leave you in charge. They're going to be fine. Trust me on this. Right?
Yeah. Okay.
Right?
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay.
Because I'm God. No. So, I won't take vacation that week. I promise you. No. Okay. They will be fine. And then, so just don't answer any of them for a week. And notice every morning, every day as you feel that urge to sit down, just sit and feel. Just feel and just notice. It doesn't have to be like a big deal or anything. Just notice. Just notice that. Like, let's try it right now. Just imagine you sitting down. You know there's all these emails. You've looked at them. You've been so tempted to answer so many times. And you've decided not to. And since you're being disciplined, you're keeping your commitment to yourself, right? And so what do you feel?
Well, in terms of the body, it went from jaw, which I don't know where that came
anger.
Because anger. Yeah, okay. So it went jaw and then here and then down here. So, yeah. Which to put into words, it was anxiety, I would say.
Well, anxiety is just another word for fear. Yeah. We complicate things when it comes to feelings. Like
I know, I know. I mean, is it fear? Fear sounds a bit, extreme.
Fear is fear, right?
Yeah, but it's fear. Yeah.
It's funny, a lot of times, like when you ask people, "What do you feel?" And then they're like, "Well, I feel like you're blah blah blah," and then they tell you a story, and it's not a feeling at all. It's just like their thoughts. Now I think we lost some connection again here. Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Are we back?
All good.
All right.
You good?
Sort of, yes. Still a little frozen, but we got you. All right. I'm just going to hold off for a sec.
It's all up. All up. Okay.
All right. I think we know.
It actually says poor connection at the top, Calvin.
Yeah, mine says too. Yeah. Yeah. We can try a redial. Sometimes that works. Let's just try that really quickly and see if that does anything. Here we go. Can I hear you?
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
All good?
Yeah, sort of. It's still complaining a little bit, but we're here. We're here.
Okay.
All right.
We're here.
So how much did you get and how much did you miss?
Well, we just agreed that it was fear that I felt about leaving. And that some people, when you ask them how they're feeling, start to talk about how they think rather than how they feel.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And feelings are really very, very basic. Like if you just stick with like anger, fear, and sadness, you've got like most of it covered. Sexual feelings too. But all right. So that's your job, is to just go there. One of my favorite techniques with this kind of thing is that you can try also is time travel. So when you're sitting there, think back to like the earliest memory that you can think of that has the same vibe, like that comes to mind, that have the same like feel. Because like feelings have this like very unique signature. There may be a composite of like, you know, fear, sadness, anger, but they have their own little tune, you know, signature vibe. And so what is it that reminds you of? Like usually some story. Like we can try it right now if you want.
Okay.
Let's just try it. Let's see what happens. So again, you're sitting there in front of the computer and you know there are all these emails and these people are really like, they're really taking you through the ringer. They're like, oh my God, Alan, my life. And I'm like almost so close to killing myself. And I really need to hear from you. Please tell me something. Help me. And you've committed to not answering.
Okay.
How do you feel? Like tune in, you close your eyes and just like feel that in your body, right?
I feel wicked.
Right.
Which is what? Which of those three
Where
is
do you
that?
feel it?
It's right here again.
And describe that's the bodily sensations to me. Just how the.
Yeah, it feels like I'm turning away, and this sort of jaw thing. It's like I'm locking my jaw against them. And you said about what does it remind you of? I think it reminds me of my first customer service jobs. You know, the first managers that, you know, person needing help, don't leave, you know, don't ignore them, and all of
even
that
earlier.
sort of. Oh, I don't know. I mean, modelling my mum perhaps, because my mum was such a people pleaser, if you like, but also a worrier. I mean, I've tried almost to use her
just
as
just stick with a bodily sensation, and don't think about it. Just like, is there an episode that comes to mind from when you were a kid?
I honestly don't know, Calvin.
No, it's okay. This setting is a little weird for that too, but play with this at home, okay?
Yeah.
Play with this at home. Just feel it, right? Like feel that feeling in your body. Notice what it is. Just be really curious about it. Don't try to change anything or make anything go away. And like it's not right or wrong or anything. And just notice and see if you can. Some situation pops up from when you're a kid, and if it does, then go in your mind's eye. For me, it helps tremendously to close my eyes and just be still. Put your hands on your body, like put your hand right where you feel it. And here's a trick to feelings as well. don't think about the feeling. Just notice the body sensations. All feelings are just like a little tingle, a little vibration, a little something. Just focus on that. Don't think about it. Notice what situation comes up, and then you go back in your mind's eye to that situation where little Ellen is like 7 years old or whatever she is, and her mom is doing, her dad is doing, or whatever. And then you just sit there as the grown Ellen that you are today, invisibly part of the scene. You hold her hand, little Ellen's hand, and you say, hey, I know this is really tough. I'm here. You're going to be fine. Like, just tell her what she would most like to hear and what you would tell her if you were there with her today, just in your mind's eye. Just do that. Take the time to do that, like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever it is. Just sit and imagine that happening. And that is an amazing technique for actually going and closing these wounds that we carry with us. And if we don't, you're going to keep manifesting situations where this can come up again and again because it wants to be met. All feelings just want to be felt.
And that also is a fear of getting the book done, because getting the book done and out there will create more emails coming in that need looking after.
Yeah.
So just going, time traveling forward and thinking about what I'm creating, there's a fear of creating that monster for myself. Yeah. So that's useful.
Yeah. There's always a positive payoff when we're not doing something right. So there's a positive payoff to not getting that book done. You're just touching on it.
Which I hadn't realized before, because I know that there's a positive payoff for not getting it done, and I couldn't really put a finger on what that was, because there didn't seem to be one. All logical things were...
Right, because you're just being this good girl answering all these emails, helping all these people, right?
Yeah. Cool. So what I really need to have going forward, I mean, yes, I can do a week where I don't answer them, but going forward, I'm going to have some sort of system that does that without me.
Right. So here's a couple of suggestions, concrete suggestions for that. One is, instead of writing your answers, record them. Like, just shoot a quick video. I've started to do that a lot with all kinds of things, like emails, feedback for people on my team, whatever. I use a piece of software called Cloud App or something. I can send you a link. It's like cl.ly, I think is the URL for it. But you can use whatever, like just like a quick screen video recording, so I'm not even on the video, but like of their email, and like, on this line and this thing and this, and it's way faster than typing it all out, and it actually gives more value to them. Like, I hate receiving email videos from people, but they seem to enjoy mine, and it really works. It really works for me. And I had one yesterday, which was really cool. A customer who was like worried about this thing, and like, can you like make this feature so people can't do this and abuse this, because I'm afraid that's going to happen, and blah, blah. And I looked into it a little bit, and then I was like, look, you know what? I'm a big fan of like solving. So then I made a video for her like that. And it was way easier than trying to type all this out. And she, when you write, you can't hear the intonation and the thing, like it just becomes like so much richer. And I was like, you know what? I'm a big fan of solving problems that we actually have rather than solving problems that we might have in the future. So what are you saying? Like, we could do this, but it'd be like, all this and pretty complicated and stuff. And then people will just like, they can just circumvent it this way easily anyway. And like, so why don't we say like, write me again when it is an issue, and then we can look at it again. Then she was like, oh my God, you're so right. Like, I just like needed a different perspective, right? And my pleaser would have gone in and actually done this, implemented it, right? And it was just like, it was actually way more helpful to her that I said, you know what? I really won't feel like doing this. Let's solve problems that we have and not imaginary problems, right? And that not even was that a better solution. It was also a modeling to her healthy behavior. Right. Yeah. She was busy solving a problem she didn't have. I bet she does that in other areas of her life. All of a sudden, I'm modeling a really important life skill to her that's going to make her way more productive down the line. Right. Yeah. So that trick right there is going to make you more effective. The other thing that I'm thinking you could do is just like bundle it all up and say, hey, send me all your emails and your questions. I'm going to do a weekly thing where I record answers to all these things for everybody, or you do a weekly thing where they can call in with their questions. Yeah. Like, put the onus of that on them. Like, if like sending an email is cheap, showing up to a live call requires a little more investment, right? So ask them to invest a little bit more before you invest your time in answering, right? So then you're just like, all right, every Tuesday at whatever, I'm going to be live here. If you have a question, you can show up. Or you can maybe mail it in and I'll like answer it on the call, and then you can watch my reply after if you want to open that door too. Depends on how high you want the barrier to be, right? But I like definitely set a barrier. And the beauty of that is like it completely time buckets it. You've got 1 hour a week and you just cover everything for that week and you're done, right? So those are a couple techniques.
Good. Brilliant. Thank you.
Your ideas.
Yeah, but I got to do a week detox first.
First, do a detox for sure, yeah. Be really curious about all those feelings.
And get a lot of book written in a week.
Yeah, edit it. Rewritten.
Okay,
Rewritten.
Done.
I mean, it sounds like that's the also the part of the discipline that you need is like, stop freaking writing because you've got too much, right? You've got to bite that bullet of rewriting. Yeah. Everybody hates rewriting way more than writing. And I mean, I want to encourage you for the rewriting part to, like, again, the discipline and the dive in there. You can also get help, right? Have someone to sit down with and things like that. That can be really helpful too.
Yeah, I think it would. All right. Yeah. Good.
So,
thank you.
We're not done yet. Oh my God. There's so much left on this thing. But we'll see how far we get with all this stuff, because we're an hour 20 now. So we're talking about a new version of Ellen, right? She's disciplined, and she's quit pleasing, right? So tell me, like, what does this new version of you look like? What does she feel like? What's her posture? Her facial expression? How do your shoulders and back feel? How do your belly feel? Like, be that person for me now.
Okay. Well, she's going to be very proud of herself. So,
I want you to show me more than you tell. Yeah.
Don't make me cough. Oh dear, don't make me cough. So she's going to be, because I tried to take a nice deep breath then and be proud. Didn't kill myself. Shoulder's going to be back, head's going to be high. She's going to feel nice and free in this area because she's doing what she chooses to do rather than doing everybody else's chores.
So let me back you right up. And so actually I said she, but I want you to say I.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right.
So actually, I don't want to say you. I don't want you to say I'm gonna be. Like, no, you are now that person. Tell me how you are and how you're feeling.
All right. So I'm feeling very proud of myself, and relieved, actually, that I've got over the hurdle of what I needed to do to be able to get this done. I'm excited because I can now start talking about the book openly out on social media and stuff, because I got the book launch booked in, and I'm confident that I'm not going to go past any dates this time. So, there's excitement and
show me again your body, like get in the posture.
Bubbles. Yeah, but I give champagne bubbles of joy. Thinking about, I find myself looking forward more now rather than back.
Chest up high, forward.
Yeah, there's a lot across the chest and on the way up. So sort of from bottom upward movement.
Spine, like belly.
Yeah, it starts in the belly. It's
how's the belly feeling?
The belly feels very relaxed. Warm and nice and warm and fuzzy, but bubbly on the way up, bubbling past the heart.
All right.
Yeah. Good. Good.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So I want you to anchor in this feeling.
Okay.
The posture is very important to get that. Like, and just how you feel.
I actually feel a lot lighter on my back. The whole sort of weight off shoulders sort of feeling. So that all feels a lot lighter. I feel lighter in my body. Toe curlingly. So my feet are scrunched underneath, which they weren't before. So that's nice. Yeah, it feels really, really, really good.
Exciting. All right. So this is very important, right? Because this is where it starts. This is like, we can solve anything we want by just being the person, right? It's not about doing the things. It's about being that person that does those things easily, naturally, right? So this is really the key. This is what you want. I want you to practice. This is what you want to practice every day. And like when you like multiple times every day, just revisit this feeling, get in the posture, be that person. Remind yourself that you already are that person. It's already, this is like, tell me if I'm lying now. This is more you than the person that you're used to being.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
We're not making you into something you're not. We're making you, excavating, we're peeling off things so that you can be more of who you really are.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yes. Yeah.
And so you might be falling into some old patterns and some old habits and all that stuff. And so whenever that happens, I just want you to remember, no, this is who I am. I've forgotten for a minute.
Yeah,
like, just, like, shrug it off. Like, it's not really you. It's just like an old jacket that you're like, why did I put this on again? Like, that's weird. Where did that come from? Oh my God.
Cool.
Right?
Okay.
And the more that you do the easier it's going to become. Right.
Cool. So that's really cool. So that's a shift, because I would have thought about putting on a discipline jacket when I needed it, rather than think about the people-pleasing lark as being a jacket and the disciplined is who I actually am. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
That's very important. Good point. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
What you can do to amplify this is you can pick a name and an object.
Okay.
Right. So, have you heard of Beyonce and Sasha Fierce?
Yes. But
both of them.
What?
So Beyonce used to have this alter ego. Whenever she'd go on stage and do a show, she became Sasha Fierce. Sasha Fierce is a made up person. It's a character that she becomes on stage and plays. Right. And it was her, alter ego is her character to step into. She doesn't use it anymore because now she's become that person. So she doesn't need that anymore, but it can be helpful to give her a name. Like that new version of Ellen, like, am I being, like, maybe there's like some hero or some movie character or a superhero, like whatever, like, and just be like, no, when I show up, when I go to work and I go to work on my book, I am, whatever that is, right?
Okay.
And the other thing that you can do is you can find some object, some talisman, like a bracelet, a wristlet, like headgear, or just something you stick in your pocket. Like you don't have a breast pocket, obviously, but like a pair of glasses that have no prescription in them, or like whatever, some kind of object a ring that you put on and you're like, now I am here. Like that physical tactile thing, especially if there's a sound involved with it too. Like maybe it's a ring that makes a certain sound when you knock on the desk or something. And you're like, it just becomes that thing that anchors it in and reminds you like, I'm not that person. I'm really not that person have habitually been. I really am this person. Right? Very powerful stuff.
I do that. Definitely. Cool.
All right.
Okay.
Yes. Oh, this is so fun. I'm really enjoying it. Are you having fun?
Absolutely.
You having fun? Yeah?
Yeah, so much fun. Yeah.
You better say yes. I'm going to kick you.
Yeah.
All right. So here's one of my favorite exercises, okay? So this exercise I've done many. I learned it from Gay Hendricks. Yesterday I was like, after my workout, I just felt this surge of love for Gay. And so I shot him a video sitting in my gym, just like, Gay, I just want you to know that I love you so much, and I'm so grateful for everything that you've like done for me and given to me over the years. I've known him for I forget, like 6 or 7 years now or something. And I read his books even before that. It's an incredible human being. He's really fantastic. So, and now he's just coming up again and again today. So yesterday after that, someone like pulled out his book and like, hey, look, I'm reading this. I'm like, wow. Like, he's popping up everywhere. Anyway, so I learned this from him, and I've done it many times in my life. And every time it's just, I've done it, I've completely forgot that I did it. And then later on look back and been like, oh my God, this worked. So here's the exercise. You ready?
All right.
All right. So today is, what is it? April 4th, right? Yeah. 2019. So imagine now that it's April 4th, 2020.
Cool.
And you're looking back at the past year. The book is out. The launch party was a smashing success. Like it's done everything for you that you possibly dream of, and then more. It just like it's surprise hit. Like it just sold so well. Everybody's loving it. Everybody's just loving it so much. And like, oh my God, Alan, like this changed my life. And I've shared it with all my friends. And it's just like, this is the best book that's come out in all of 2019. Like, honestly, it really is. Like, imagine that you're sitting there, right? And there's no overwhelm. You've got lots of speaking engagement. You say no to most of them because like you just don't, like you've got way too many, and like you pick the ones that you love the most, right? And like you've got like emails are so easy for you to handle. Like you're having fun with it. There's no like it's super easy. It doesn't take too much time. Like all of that, like, and then think back to the year and just how easy it all was. Like remember on that day when you had this call with this Calvin dude and you're like, oh my God, I'm overwhelmed and I can't, and I don't like, now you're sitting there like, fuck, this is so easy. This is so ridiculously easy, right? Oh my God. Can you feel that?
Yeah. Definitely.
Just like, it was just like magical and mysterious, like how it all just, worked out, and none of it was hard.
That's how it should be.
Right. None of it was hard. Yeah. Yeah, so just take a moment to really feel in your body just like how easy that whole thing was, and maybe you chuckle, or maybe you just like,
yeah. Always good to look back.
Yeah. Can you believe that you were like struggling so much with this for so long, and like it was, and then it was just like, it was really literally just like so easy.
Yeah, and I was so close. So close. Right. All I had to do was that chat with Calvin. And it all changed. All changed.
Oh my. Yeah.
Brilliant. I love that.
I don't know how, I've thought a lot about like why that works. I think the reason it works is that anything that is in our design that you just know, this is what I need to do. This is what I want to do. This is what I'm here to do. It's already right there.
It's done.
And yeah, exactly. And the reason that it's not in your reality yet is you're resisting. You're pushing it away unconsciously, but you're pushing it away. And what this does is it loosens all that up. It becomes light and free and easy. And you're like, I don't have to struggle. I don't have to struggle against it or for it. Like anything like pushing towards something is pushing against as well, right? So it just makes it, that's my theory and why that works.
No, I agree. Yeah. We can't even experience the struggle because in 2020, we're looking back on it, it's already happened.
So easy.
So, yeah.
So is there anything that comes to mind as you did that you want to mention?
It was just when you were sort of saying, the book launch went well, and I was sort of remembering that book launch and everything else that came off of that, and all the new people that I met and all of that, and how little of it actually was about the book itself. That was the instigator of, but all the floodgates that opened after that. So, yeah. Yeah. So it sort of diminished the actual book part into sort of its rightful place, really, rather than such a big thing.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah. Did you know that I'm getting off topic here, but like it's on topic, but off the trail here. But like, did you know that have you heard of Vincent Norman Peale?
Yes.
Right. The pastor about positive thinking and all that. Right.
Yeah.
Did you know that Donald Trump used to go to his church every Sunday?
I didn't know that. No.
Where do you think this guy learned to manifest and be like, I'm going to be the president of the United States? And everybody's like, no, you're not. No, you're not. And then like, boom, there he is. How do you think he learned to do that stuff?
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. Shit works.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Shit works. And Vincent Norman Peale has a story of like, you're standing like in your mind, you're looking at this problem, you're looking at this problem above you and like, oh my God, it's over the book. And how am I going to do? Like, and you shift the perspective to like, it's underneath you and you're looking at it and like all of a sudden this problem looks really small and you're like, huh,
yeah,
it's easy, right? Similar. All right. All right, so now we're like the worksheet here that I'm going off of is kind of shifting gears into like how you've reached your goal. We know that, and then like working backwards because a lot of people need a lot of help in the practical stuff. Like they're like, oh, this thing, and they can't break it down into little bits and pieces. I think my sense is you got that covered.
I hope so. Yeah, I think so.
But let's just try it just for good measure, right?
Okay.
So what are the absolute minimum things that have to be in place for this for you to succeed?
Like the first draft needs finishing. I need to have that off to an editor.
Do you have an editor?
I do have an editor.
All right.
Yeah. Proofreading.
So first draft finish and sent to editor.
I actually paid her a fair bit of money about 2 years ago to do it.
All right, cool.
Because I thought cool, if I put the money up front, then
clearly didn't work.
That didn't work. It's not that I haven't tried.
Right. Well, nice try. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So what else absolutely needs to happen?
Okay. Front cover design. I don't have a designer. That designer has now left the country, but it's not a trouble to find another designer. But it is a job that needs doing. I will then need to have it formatted, but that's fine. The editor can do that. And then actually it's fairly straightforward. It's just sending it all off to the printers and yay, box of books. It will need then putting onto websites and sales pages and Amazon and Kindle. Fairly straightforward processes, I hope. I don't know about the Kindle stuff yet. I've got a bit to learn, but that should be watching some videos and it should be doable.
Sure, there's companies that can handle all that for you too.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, and then it's just a case of book launch and promotion and take it from there. It's not too much on the mechanics. I mean, people do this all the time.
Got it. All right. So what is the absolute first thing that has to happen?
First draft finished.
Right.
That's the sticking point now, but it won't be.
Yeah. All right, cool. So first draft finished. And what has to happen for that?
For me to actually show up at the computer and what I need now is to go in and put in my time in the morning before anything else happens. And if I can move things around to give myself big blocks, but certainly if there's space there now, it needs to be my space and then everything else fall around it. And that needs to be continual. What I've done in the past is gone, okay, here's a week and I'm going to do it in this week. And I've put too much pressure on myself. And I've done a lot, but not finished it. And I think that's because I've given myself the get out clause. I've only got a week. If I say this is until it's done, I might get it done actually surprisingly quick. So I think what is from today and the discipline is this time in the morning before I even go on to do anything like emails I've kind of known that, but I've just not been able to do it.
So first thing you need to show up your computer and rewrite the manuscript, rewrite the manuscript that you have. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Organize.
It's not all in the right order on the computer. So there's a lot of bits with handwritten notes and stuff like that. So that all needs getting on there in a formatting tool and now start moving it around and getting it under the right spaces and doing all of that. So it is editing. There will be some writing, definitely. But yeah, there needs to, and I'm not even just going to put a deadline on that. What I'm going to do is say a certain amount of time each day, and I'm just going to get on with it.
That's the way to do it for sure. Yes.
Yeah.
Here's a tip and try this on, just limit yourself, say 90 minutes max per day or something. Because I don't want you to be like, oh, I'm really excited. And then you go like 3 or 4 hours and then you're like, I can skip a day. Right. Or like you really kind of get tired. Or like you start to get into this like, oh, you go a little too far. And then you're like, I start to feel dread around and stuff. Yeah. So it's better to get that consistency in like every day. Every day. No excuses, no exceptions. First thing in the morning, get in there, just give it an hour, even a half hour, like whatever. It's more important that you get in the routine.
Yeah, I'd really like to get that discipline as well, because then I can carry on afterwards with the next book or blogs and, whatever it is that needs writing. Mm-hmm. There's so much that I'd like to do, and it's going to take that time to do it. So, yeah. And I really feel I can do it now.
That's amazing. And then careful that you don't make sure that you get the nasty bits done, right? That you don't let yourself like when you go to the gym and like you're like, the deadlifts. I don't want to do the deadlifts or like whatever it is. Like the things that like really build you up and the really need to get down. Make sure that you get those done. Yeah.
And I've done that in the past as well. I've gone in and I've faffed around with the acknowledgements and stuff like that, and that's not helpful.
Right.
So yeah.
Cool. All right. So talk to me, like what. Now that you have your plan of action and we've talked about all these things, what are you afraid of? Just maybe like a little bit afraid of.
I'm a little bit afraid of that I won't keep it up, but actually I am more determined that I will. So I'm okay.
Mm-hmm. What else are you a little bit afraid of?
I had a little bit of fear, when you were doing the Gay Hendricks forward thing, when you were saying, oh, it's the best book ever. And there was a little bit of me that went, I don't think so. I'm not so sure it's going to be, which that is not useful. Well, it is useful. Mm-hmm. So there's a bit that there is a fear that it might not be special enough. Mm-hmm. But that's just have to deal with that and work through, because I can only do my best, and it's going to be special enough for someone. So that's fine. Yeah, it's fine.
What else?
I'm not going to, because I wanted to say that there's the fear of the emails going unanswered, but actually there's a good wall. I'm only doing an hour and a half. They can wait that hour and a half. That's I'm all right. There's no fear there. I feel like there ought to be fear there, but there really isn't. Mm-hmm. So,
what are you very afraid of?
What am I very afraid of?
Yeah.
In this situation?
Uh-huh.
Oh. What's the worst that could happen out of this? I don't know. If it, the afraid I get really good at it, no, it's good, because I just be able to do more. Mm-hmm. Am I afraid that the book won't sell? No. If it's done, I'm happy if it's done. Mm. If I'm afraid if it takes off like you said it would, I think I can cope with that. That's fine. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I don't feel very afraid of anything. That's fine.
All right. Excellent. All right. So what kind of help and support do you need?
I think, I know that you're there watching the Facebook thing now and then. So if I could just go in there and if people have been watching this and want to hold me accountable a little bit, or if I can just go in there and perhaps say, done my 90 minutes today as a place to do it, that would be kind of cool. But I don't want to get addicted to that. I actually just want to do it on my terms, really. So actually, I'm okay.
All right.
I'll do myself a little chart up here. I'll colour it in. I'll get myself a name. I'll get myself a ring or an object or a bracelet maybe to be part of that. And 90 minutes a day, I'll be that person. So I think we got it.
All right. Yeah. Awesome. All right. So ready to jump in and get started?
What?
Are you ready to jump in and get started?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah, tomorrow morning. Can I start tomorrow morning? Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay. I'll get all the tools set up today, and then I'll have my writing time from tomorrow morning.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay. Yes. So, are you familiar with the concept of turning pro? From Stephen Pressfield?
No.
It's really cool. He wrote, it came from a book he wrote called The War of Art, but he also wrote a book specifically on turning pro. It's basically the idea is that like a professional doctor doesn't go like, oh, I don't feel like go to work today. And doctor, like you go to work and you do your doctoring thing, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's what you do. You're a pro. Like, we don't care if you feel like it or not. That's what you do. Like the same thing here. You're not an amateur writer. You're a pro. You show up every day. You do the work. You turn pro. Are you willing to turn pro? Yeah. All right. Done. All right. So final thing is a little bit of a commitment. This is the number one mistake that most people make in any area of life is they fail to make a full body commitment. Okay. To whatever it is. So, and then like that, it just sets you up for like, a life of suffering and all kinds of problems because you're not fully on board. You're not fully committed, body and mind, right? So what I want you today is to do is I want you to put together a sentence that says, I, Ellen Watts, commit to doing everything necessary, both on my inside and on the outside, to successfully get my book published this year in a fun and easy way. And like maybe you can adjust that statement if you want. You can add disciplined or... No, I like fun and easy way. That's cool. Right. Well, I think you should probably add discipline as well. But yeah. I want to hear you say it. Say it in your words. You don't have to use my words. Say it out loud and feel it. Like, I want to feel that you mean it. Okay. So I, Ellen Watts, commit fully to successfully finishing and launching my book by the end of 2019 in a fun and easy way. All right. And you commit. So here's a tip is committing to process trumps committing to outcomes, right? So the outcome we want to have there, but the important thing is that you commit to doing everything that it takes, whether inside or outside, in order to achieve that goal. All right? Okay. So let me hear you say that. Okay. So I, Ellen Watts, commit to doing everything on the inside and outside to do whatever it takes to get my book finished and successfully launched by the end of 2019 in a disciplined, fun, and easy way. All right. You got it. Now, here's what we're going to do. You're going to stand up. Oh. You're going to stand up. Okay. So you're better. Like, I have this microphone here, so I'm a little physically challenged, right? I get it. And you need to take a step back if you can with a core just far enough. Yeah, you need to have a little bit of space in front of you, and then I want you to draw an imaginary circle. There's an imaginary circle in front of you, right? In front of me. In front of you. Okay. And then as you commit, like you say your commitment statement again, and then you jump into that circle. That's where this lives. All right. Okay. Are you with me? I'm with you. All right, let me see you do it. Okay, so do I jump after I've done it? Okay. Yeah, you jump and then you say it and then you jump, sorry. Say it and then I jump, okay. Yeah. I, Ellen Watts, totally commit to do everything it takes inside and outside to get my book finished, published and launched by the end of 2019 in a disciplined,
fun and easy way. Ready?
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yay!
All right. So literally jumped in the pool here. You're in the water and you're in the arena now.
Lovely.
This is it.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Okay.
That's all I got, man. This is
the water's warm. It's beautiful.
You're amazing.
Oh, I got it. I'm down here.
Yes, you are.
Okay.
All right.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. Good job. Good job. I'm really excited for you.
Good job, you too. Thank you. Thank you very much. Oh, thank goodness.
Yeah.
Thank goodness. Get it done.
Yeah.
When's yours going to be out, Calvin?
By the end of 2019. Yeah. All right. We're going to do this together. Yeah. I'll
fantastic.
I'll come to your book launch. You'll come to mine. Deal?
That sounds like a really good deal.
All right. Let's do this.
Quite a trip, but we can do it.
We can do it.
Or at least Skype in.
Well, your launch is going to be in New York, right?
Do you know, I could have another one in New York.
Why not?
Yeah, why not?
I'll make one in like where should I make it to be near you?
Let me just schedule that in.
Great.
New York book launch. Okay.
Christina says, congratulations. Thank you, Christina.
Aww,
Yeah. I know.
I forgot to have people watching.
Yeah, I know. I know that this is going to happen now. Isn't that amazing? I believe it. That is amazing. Are you feeling it?
Yeah.
You don't have to say...
No, I'm feeling it. Yeah. I'm feeling it, and I'm itching to sort of get going on it now, which is absolutely brilliant, which is good.
All right. Yeah. This is super cool. Yeah. It ended up taking like almost 2 hours, but here we are.
Sorry.
No, don't be sorry. No, I'm just, I had a great time. I really enjoyed it. Me too.
Me too. Thank you. Thank you
so much, Ellen. And thank you to everybody who was watching.
I was going to say, does anybody have any questions or anything? I had forgotten people. I mean, they might have sort of things that are relevant to themselves, or they're just going to get. They can just go and write their own statement, can't they? Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we're gonna release this worksheet as it is, and like it can take a while. I actually wrote down most of your answers, and I can like print it out for you if you want to have a copy of it. Just
even
so you
better.
can kind of see.
I've been scribbling away, but it's that would be cool if you've got something.
I didn't write everything, but just like took some notes along the way.
All good.
So happy to send that.
Yeah, cool. But the most important thing is the feeling. So,
exactly. Yeah. Remember that feeling. Go back to you know what to do, and the recording will be up there, so you can always watch it again.
I probably will. Yeah. It'd be cool looking back on that in 2020 March, wouldn't it?
April 4th, 2020. Yeah. You bet. All right. Thank you so much, Ellen. I really enjoyed it. It was really fun. I'm really excited to see what you do with this.
Thank you.
Keep me posted.
All right. Yeah.
All right. And thank you to everybody watching. We're going off the air. Bye.